Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we are taking a look at Pepe Unchained, right? So this one we've already established that this one is a scam. They are claiming to have already raised 52 million US dollars. So in this video, if you have watched the last two videos that I did on Pepe Unchained, right, I'm going to give you another dynamic because I'm going to show you another token coming from the same scammers, which almost was as close as big as this one. By far, Pepe Unchained is the biggest scam that they have ever done, right? Or at least since covering these scams for more than a year now, right? So another token that became parabolic, or that is not parabolic, rather it's still in the pre-sale, that was as big, I think, as this one, was Wall Street Memes, right? For those of you who have been on the channel for a while, you would remember Wall Street Memes. It was a pre-sale, just as Pepe Unchained, but now they have rechanged the whole thing, and now it's like some gambling thing that they have. But this was just a pre-sale, like Pepe Unchained, and it was hyped for major exchanges. Like you see here, they're talking about we are going to be going to major exchanges and all that. So what happened? So Wall Street Memes became close to as big as Pepe Unchained, but like we said, Pepe Unchained is the biggest. But what actually happened with Wall Street Memes was it listed on a tier 1 exchange. Yes, OKX, right? It listed on OKX. And that's when it reached its ATH, this all-time high. Like if you check here, it reached its all-time high of 0.079, right? But check this out. Wall Street Memes today, it's been a year, is down 98%. It did list on a tier 1 exchange, OKX. This is the only listing on a tier 1 exchange that these scammers have managed to do out of all the scams they've done, right? The tier 1 exchange they managed to do was Wall Street Memes. And they listed it on OKX, but currently it's 98% down. As you can see, this is the announcement that came from OKX. OKX to list Wall Street Memes for spot trading, right? And then this was September 25, 2023. So it's over a year now. This has happened. So I am thinking Pepe Unchained, something similar is going to happen. I think if they are going to be listed on a tier 1 exchange, it's most likely going to be OKX, right? Because my view of OKX, it is a tier 1 exchange in disguise, right? Because for you to be a true tier 1 exchange, you're not just going to list just about anything. You're going to have a conservative amount of tokens on your platform. But what OKX do, they list a bunch of tokens and they delist a bunch of tokens, right? So that they maintain that figure that shows that, okay, they are not 1,000, 2,000 like a Max or those other exchanges that went belly up like Hotbit, right? They maintain a conservative amount of tokens because they list a bunch of tokens and they also delist a bunch of tokens. So if you notice here, Wall Street Memes ended up being delisted on the 30th of October 2024, right? So just over a year, they delisted Wall Street Memes, right? And then it's all forgotten, right? But the hype that you're seeing with Pepe Unchained currently was exactly, if not more, there was more of a hype than what we're seeing with Pepe Unchained today for Wall Street Memes, right? It's coming exactly from the same scammers, Pepe Unchained and Wall Street Memes. So it might go to be listed on OKX. It might go parabolic, right? The price might go up. But remember what we spoke about, which is don't buy during the pre-sale. And if you've already bought, don't stake. Because by the time that they launch, even if they go and do an OKX listing, the price is pumping like what we saw with Wall Street Memes. If you staked, you're not going to be able to sell, right? You're not going to be able to sell. You're not going to be able to gain from it. So there is no benefit in buying during the pre-sale. Maybe it may be the project that is in the 0.0001% that is going to be listed everywhere, all the way up to Binance, which is unlikely, but it can happen, right? But for you to protect yourself, don't buy during the pre-sale. Soon as the pre-sale is done, it's up to you. It's open season, right? No one is controlling you. You are actually buying the crypto, because if you buy during the pre-sale, you're not buying crypto. You're buying a value. When you connect your wallet onto this website and you see a value here, it's just a value. The TGE has not occurred yet, which means they have not even created the token yet. The token generation event, that's when they actually create the token. TGE hasn't happened yet, right? So you need to just wait and let this pre-sale play out, see what happens after that. And then if you want to buy, you buy after it is launched, because if you buy now, they can block your wallet right here. You're not able to withdraw, you're not able to sell, right? Because they want the price to be pump, right? For more people to join. But you, as the price is pumping, are not able to benefit because they will put you on ice, right? You're not able to sell your tokens until the price has gone down something crazy like this, right? 98%, 60%. You put in 100,000 into this. There are people who put in hundreds of thousands into this, 100,000, and then guess what you're left with after you've lost 90% of that, right? So you don't want that happening to you. It's better for you to buy after the pre-sale because you own the tokens. You can sell them anytime you want, right? And you've got complete jurisdiction around your crypto. And just to recap, for the benefit of those who are just watching on this channel for the first time, and by the way, welcome, right? Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay ahead of the multiple pre-sales and wise up against these scams, right? So obviously, this is the scam flow. I'm just doing this for the benefit of those who have not seen some of the pre-sales we've covered. So the first stage is the pre-sale launch, right, by the scammers. That's where they launch the pre-sale. The second stage, that's when they start heavy marketing. So they do this by multiple websites, right? There is an exclusive video actually showing who is behind, who are the scammers behind Pepe Unchained, which is just purely for the channel members, those who extremely support the channel, right? So the members, I have actually disclosed exactly who is behind this, the company and the people that are behind these scams, right? So this is where they actually promote the pre-sale. They go to these 1000x YouTubers. Those, those YouTubers who say everything is 1000x, right? Because they are getting paid to say that. And then that's when they start to promote staking, buy and stake, buy and stake. I think if you go here, they're saying, congrats, you are early to the party, buy and stake. You see there, buy and stake now during the pre-sale, because staking forms the pillar of the scam. Because when you buy the token, you've given them your money. When you stake, you've also given them the tokens. They have full control. They've got the money and they've got the tokens, and you've got nothing. You've just got a value that you're seeing when you connect to their website, right? So that's why they promote staking, because these guys are genius scammers, because they've realized that by separating the smart contract from the transaction, they can scam people with people not realizing that they've been scammed. Because when you actually buy crypto, you buy into the smart contract. But when you buy a pre-sale, you're not buying into the smart contract, right? And then they say, the scammers say, but you don't understand, that's how crypto works. No, right? That's not how crypto works. You can buy into the pre-sale, you can create a pre-sale and people buy into the actual contract. You can do that if you want, right? But they don't do that. They separate the contract. The token there they are selling is non-existent, right? And they are busy collecting money, putting it into some pre-sale contract, right? That has nothing to do with the actual Pepe Unchained, right? That's what they are doing. And here they are even promising a layer 1 blockchain and all that. It's just stories, right? It's just stories. So, but it doesn't mean that because it's a scam, it's not going to go parabolic, but you need to protect yourself, right? So continuing on, stage 4, that's where you start to see the price increases, right? That's where you see the price increases. And then step 5, that's launch. So I think for Pepe Unchained, they are going to launch soon, right? They are going to launch. And then now, this is the reason why I say don't stake, because once they launch, those who have staked are going to be locked for 7 days, right? They're going to be locked for 7 days. You will not be able to claim your tokens for up to 7 days because you staked. And during that time, an OK listing might come, right? An OK listing might come, price goes up. You go 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times what you invested, but you can't sell. Why? Because you staked, because they are geniuses. These guys, they are scamming geniuses, right? And then you see now stage 6, artificial price pump, right? So the artificial price pump, this used to occur a lot in the earlier days when I started covering this, but people started wising up against this. A lot of people started waiting in the sidelines for the token to launch so that they can benefit from the price pump. But when that occurred, the scammers realized it. So now most of these pre-sale tokens are not really even going on a 2x or even a 3x. Some do, but hardly, right? So this is but I'm just going to leave this step there because it used to be there. You don't know if it's going to happen for Pepe Unchained or not, right? And then 7, this is where now, once those who stake their tokens, remember that they've staked for, they force stake you for 7 days, right? And then once those 7 days have been reached, a lot of people will start unstaking. So for everyone to start unstaking, it takes between 7 to 14 days, right? So we can stay up to 14 days. That's when now the price starts to really drop rapidly, right? This is where you start to see the price dropping rapidly. And then the last stage of the scam, this is where the pre-sale has dropped between 80 and 90% of its original pre-sale price. And then the scam is done. They have already moving on to the next scam. By the way, they've already moved on to other scams, which I'm going to be covering on the channel. Right, so as you can see, Wall Street memes is now down 98%. Bitcoin, the crypto market is in a hype. Bitcoin is going close to 100,000. It has already crossed, if it hasn't crossed 100,000 already, right? Even though today I think it's 96,000 when I checked, but I did see it did hit that 99, right? It did reach that 99% price point, right? In terms of Bitcoin, right? So this is where now you need to wise up against these scammers. You need to completely wise up against them. And now Bitcoin has actually dropped there. So it didn't reach 100K. It reached 99,500. I'm just checking on my phone here, right? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is whenever the market is up, all legit crypto are going to be up, right? But scam cryptos, nothing happens. Why? Because the liquidity is out. The scammers have dumped their tokens on everyone and there's no liquidity left, right? So that's why you need to be extremely careful, right? So Pepe Unchained most likely is going to also reach at this stage, right? So you don't want to get caught up. So that's why I say it's important for you to grab yourself a copy of the Big Brain Crypto Ego Logbook, affiliate link in the description, which allows you to track pre-sales so that you can wise up and log as much information as possible through multiple pre-sales. That hardcover book, Durable on Amazon, allows you to actually track up to 70 pre-sales. By the time you've tracked even 10 pre-sales, right, you're going to be well ahead, right? You're going to be in the 1% and see things in these pre-sales that other people are not seeing. And you're going to be able to see where you can make your gains, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you for today, the comparison between Pepe and Wall Street, Pepu rather, and Wall Street memes, right? So and then because it's coming from the same scammers, so we speculated a little bit of what we can expect to happen. If there's a tier 1 exchange, it's most likely going to be OKX, right? So this is my review for this one. Let me know, what is your experience? Are you watching this video after it is launched? Were you able to claim your tokens? How much did you invest, right? For those of you who have invested a large amount into this and you're not able to withdraw, you're not able to claim your tokens, right, just drop your wallet address down there, your transaction, where you bought, when you bought this, and I can do an exclusive video for it in the future, right? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.